Now, finally, this evening, the South African rand firmed in early Monday trading, supported by better than expected economic data. Now, the central bank figures showed money supply growth rose to 6.86% in May from 6.12% in April, while private sector credit expanded to 4.98%, and that is up from 4.60%. The market also looked ahead of trade and budget balance figures later in the day. Now, earlier today, the rand traded at 17.70 to the dollar, up 0.6% from Friday's close. On the JSE, the all-share index rose 0.70% by midday, led by the top 40 gaining 0.81%, with all sectors in positive territory. Stock market analyst Mishima Gama reports on the market's movements for today.
Today, money supply and private sector credit figures came out, and because those figures were higher than expected, we saw the rand firm up this morning from 17.92 to 17.68. Now, according to the Reserve Bank, our South Africa money supply growth last month was at 6.86%, which is up from 6.12% in April. And what that figure does is it gives us insight into consumer demand strength, which influences our trade balance figures, and that has to do with our imports and exports. So the money supply figure is quite an important factor, not only for acceleration of economic development, but it also helps in achieving price stability in an economy. And by that I mean an economic environment where prices of goods and services remain relatively constant over a period of time. In addition to these figures, South Africa also recorded a trade surplus of 21.7 billion rand in May 2025, which widened quite drastically from 13 billion rand in the prior month. This is because exports climbed by 6.3%, whereas imports rose at a very slow pace at 1.2%, which is a huge increase and is also good because a healthy trade surplus can increase employment and economic growth. So we're in a position in South Africa where we're exporting more than we're importing, which again is good for our economy. Now, to keep that figure growing, we just kind of need to iron out the trade agreements with the US, because the US is one of our biggest trading partners.